Thank you for joining us. Psychedelic Halloween. I forgot. Halloween's like the last thing. It's probably the last thing I was thinking about today, that's for sure. Or everything else that's going on. Yeah, without going into all those details. Yeah, so there's a question here. Let me go to the main question. So yeah, thank you for posting your questions here. So yeah, it's gonna be a while before I catch up. Eventually, I have a site for this. Yeah, this is fine the way it is right now. Oh yeah, I'm curious about the role of psychoactive plants, psychedelic psychoactive plants in this realm, origins of these plants. Well, a lot of these plants come from our energy, our other worlds basically. Well, like cocaine is part of a higher dimensional realm, so let's see. Yeah, it's mind altering consciousness. Yeah, so it just connects you to other dimensions. So basically, other dimensions have a frequency, and they manifest themselves here in the physical into plants, which is can make you either just so think about being on. I mean, we're technically in a world of psychotics, technically. So yeah, don't drink the water. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Before we get started with everything, just do a quick. So this Halloween is I'm gonna get this week. You never know. As I haven't talked about my private sessions. I have a schedule in a shop here. All right. Thank you for your support. Yeah, I finally got this to work. Maybe. All right. Yeah. So just a funny. Like cocaine's a good example of that. Not that people are on it very much, but that's the one. I mean, even I did a meditation long time ago, and I felt like I was in a cocaine realm. It was like a higher dimensional realm, and there were just a bunch of spirit beings actually talking pretty normally. They weren't all psychotic. I guess it could be somewhere, but anyway. So so those psychedelic plants, just what makes our reality. Yeah, it's like somebody might have planted it there, or it just manifested here somehow to the earth, or just like it wants to attract those type of people. Think of it that way. Like even Arcturians are known to be high on something. So, well, yeah, because you try to get back to your frequency that because this world is so lost, and so this is like the junkyard of the universe, basically, or the desert planet. So you connect to the psychedelic energies, you have to get that high back. You're used to being high all the time. So so you're used to being on drugs, technically, wherever realm you're in, depending on where you are. And you come here, and this place is just, it's doesn't have anything. Just chaos. Um, so origins go to realities, different dimensions. So this is why people become drug addicts, because they want to get back to that frequency. Unless you're into narcissistic worlds, which is this one, or you want to be a religious figure, then you came to the right place. Yeah, if you want to be a god here, you came to the right place. Who's God over the people? Golly. That's something to be proud of, isn't it? Yeah, with all this cult energies that are going on here, it really does show we're getting close to something. They're putting a lot of effort into being cult leaders these days. ET cult leaders, the small ones, big ones, and they just kind of just can't get away from it. And they can't prove anything physically, but man, they have a huge following. So I think I mentioned this already about the Gartha people. Yeah, it's people that are farmers, things like that that keep our world together. Plants or planting, farming plant or just putting their gardens, things like that. It's like, yeah, it's just garden people, you can say, to just keep, keep it's another, you have people that, work in manufacturing or wherever to keep the world going that way. But you have the plant people working on plants and growing gardens and things like that, keeping the energy of the earth going. So you have you work at a retail store or some or a factory to keep the physical side of it going because this is this is the soul school, basically, school of the soul. And so you have that, and you have those that are watching over the planet, because putting plants and even having animals helps with the frequency, helps us get through all of this. It's funny that some people have a bunny or even with cats, but like a rabbit can also be like, your boss or keeping an eye on you or telling you where you came from or whatever it is, because rabbits are kind of psychotic. If you have that Donnie Darko, that was like a psychotic rabbit. So it's like, jeez. Um, so yeah, there's that. And what was the other question here? Soul agreements and contracts. So those do change, though. There's actually a question that goes more into it. Does our knowing assumptions always reign supreme in terms of our reality, or can soul agreements and soul contracts that we made prior to coming here? Well, yeah, it's you have a main goal somewhere here. You might not know what it is. There is a main one somewhere. Now, yeah, I don't know. I think we're well in the higher realms. We're definitely aware, but as you get closer to this place in our incarnation here, obviously we forget. But yeah, I mean, it's so bizarre. Like in the higher dimensions, we're still making deals. It's like we have to go through these inner struggles and all of that to, we have to fail to get to what we want. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's tough. It's just, yeah, it's like yeah, like I had car problems again recently. I have some kind of soul agreement because I didn't even feel the aggravation before it even happened. So, you have to go through certain things for new things to open up. It's so bizarre. Um, but yeah, our assumptions, well, also like our incarnation here can be planned like lifetimes before this. And so, yeah, it's like I don't you have to think too much into that. But our last, we also time travel too. So you can go back into your other lifetimes and alter them slightly to help you in this current lifetime. Not that you have to think too deeply in that either. I don't doubt it. There is time travel, and is it maybe we don't do the time travel? Maybe someone else does. Sometimes we can do it. All depends. Like you make little tweaks in the past in your past incarnations, so it can help your human discover things a little bit quicker or slow things down, whatever it is. It does have like an effect. Yeah, it can have an instant effect too. Just give you some idea of that. Yeah, you're sculpting your reality. It's such a pain in the neck. Yeah, it's just and as you get older too, you get some more insight here and there. Oh yeah, just I'm also picking up on energy of like your I have not run into this before, where you can feel like is it not that I can pick up constantly, but so you have like a certain length of a contract. Could be 3 or 4 days. You have all these different contracts, but so like you pass it. You have a synchronicity and you pass the level, and then slowly realizing like your decisions open up. You just feel like you make this. You go right or left or whatever it might be. I can actually feel the timeline opening up for whatever direction that I choose. And it's just kind of eerie. Now you don't know where that's going, but yeah, it's kind of surreal feeling that. So we still have choice. It might not be great choices, or it's like real minor things, like should you eat eggs or just or a piece of cheese or whatever. Or you should talk to this person or talk to somebody else, because it can change your reaction, your direction in your life. Yeah, some people pause their lives a lot. Maybe they don't want to interact with you, whatever it is, or don't interact. You can pause your life. You can actually get it going faster. It's weird. Yeah, it's like a stop and go type thing. But yeah, we do have agreements before we come in here, of course. Certain ones can be altered. Um, or then some people do terminate their agreements. That's why they leave instantly. Or like my boss, kind of like, I guess, yeah, he just didn't make a right decision, whatever. I still don't know where this is going with the work thing. It's still a freaking disaster. Um, but like he didn't, like his human self did not agree to go a certain way, so he got kicked out. Cause you're just gonna block everybody. You need to go. It's like like the human feels like he can get away with anything, and it's like I don't think so. You gotta go. And we're gonna kick you out of this reality, feel like it or not. It's kind of messed up. So, you get warnings on that. So are you blocking other people? Now this weird way of doing, like, I don't know. It's just, I guess it all depends. Like if you're going to get it, you're going to get it. If you're here to do what you need to do. Of course, you do get blocked here and there, but sometimes like there's certain timelines that you don't like. Yeah, I get blocked, but it's no big deal. If you really wanted it, you'll go. You can unblock you. It's weird. Yeah. So I don't feel like you're a victim or anything like that. Sometimes you have to go through that victim experience, though, whatever it is, for the blocking experience. Yeah, it's just. But we do make changes in our timeline as we go forward, obviously on a daily basis. Maybe it might not be what you want. Your human self looks at things differently too. On a spirit level, it's not exactly easiest, but sometimes you gotta put your human self through all this hell just to get to what you're looking for. It's just a freaking nightmare. Such a nightmare. Um, your divine sovereignty. I don't know. You're kind of doing that now by just being here. Just being on this planet is so backwards. You're getting a lot out of it just for that. Yeah, if you had everything going for you, obviously things would be great, but you have everything going against you. That's the point. That's the point of this whole place. Yeah, it might not make any sense. It's all stupid. The idea is obstacle after obstacle. It doesn't have to be smart. This world is kind of stupid, but it's like evil and not. I don't know, I guess it's smart in an evil way, but just to put blockages around, just to obstacles. Yeah, it's constantly doing it. It's a fucking maze. It'd be nice if it takes a break every now and then. But it also has, your soul figures like you have to go through this hell to get to, whatever you're looking for. So yeah, anyway, I get really confused with all this. Soul contracts make subconscious find it impossible to not stop focusing on higher beings and judging in order to sow seeds and doubt. Yeah, you can get, yeah. Well, it's good not to overthink anything. Obviously, going to do it anyway. Um, But yeah, well, even the soul, yeah, makes a lot. Even the soul makes mistakes too, of course. But that's why you come here to correct it. Yeah, well, there's a lot of higher. Well, there's a lot of higher dimensional beings that I hear that criticize people all the time. High vibrational people, of course. Then you have a lot of them are doing this stuff for entertainment purposes and all that. Well, the high vibrational people can also attract a lot of, you know, they can attract a lot of people sometimes, but doesn't mean they have the best intentions. And they can manipulate and become a cult. So some of them could do that at least. But yeah, you also come here to to heal self doubt within yourself actually, and hopefully become less judgmental. Depending, that might take lifetimes for that. But yeah, you have self doubt here. Well, because we're in the wilderness, so you're just tweaking yourself on so many different levels. Yeah, it's a lot that goes into it. um, do we personally ask for project often? I have to answer something from somebody else. Anyway, do we personally ask for project often still? Yeah, all the time. But we don't remember though. You're always asked for projecting, actually, just not aware of it. Cool experiences, stories that we may not have heard of. I mean, our soul is our soul is always active. Of course, when we're sleeping, we can kind of connect more to it. Like we combined, because like our soul and our body is like a fractal of ourselves. It's the human version, and then you can connect to the. It all depends. Yeah, you soul. Yeah, it's weird. It's like it's your human self here is this like it's in the car, it's in the vehicle, it's in the avatar, and you're like tweaking it, like you're the mad scientist outside of it, tweaking it, to their. It's like, well, I gotta improve this, I gotta improve that. So you're fixing yourself. You can call it torture, but it is actually improving it. And you only have so much time here, so you know So you see you can also be given more time. You're given enough time of what you need to do. It all depends. Now, do you waste that time or not? It's another story. So, but yeah, this astral stuff is always constantly moving. I'm not sure if I'm answering all of these. These are kind of like a little bit deep for channelings, for this. No, sort of. Anyway, do lower spirits world has no idea what they're doing. Well, the higher dimensions don't know what they're doing either. I don't think the higher dimensions have any clue. That's why they come here. Some of them are in preschool. Well, I don't know. The lower dimensions don't care. I mean, a lot of them are being controlled by other beings. Can you imagine that? Yeah, because if you take your life, someone grabs onto your contract. They grab, yeah, like you gave up your contract, so now you're up for anybody can grab and take over you. Now you're like a whore of whoever can get tired. If they get tired of you, to throw you to somebody else, and then you're used constantly. Talk about wearing yourself out. Yeah, talk about. I mean, this is hell, but talk about that. And you can find your way out of that too. I mean, some souls need to go through that, or some have no self love, but others have to do it just to exploring reasons. There's always different reasons for it. Doesn't always have the best explanation for it. But like I said, higher dimensions don't know what they're doing either, depending on who they are. I know there's like an assumption that they know, but are you sure about that? I doubt it. I don't think that. That's why I do that. This is all experimenting. You have some idea where the outcome is, but it doesn't mean it always goes to plan. So that's how you learn. Yeah, it's brutal here. That's the thing about this world is it might be asked backwards, but it has all these obstacles that other worlds don't have. So yeah, it's like it is a video game technically. Um, yeah, it's not one you can turn off though unless you go to sleep. When you get some rest, you're kind of turning. Yeah, you're taking a break. But it is, yeah, it's an obstacle course technically for the soul, and doesn't always have. I mean, there's different levels of it. The desert level is it's all difficult to some level, but the desert one is hard because there's not a whole lot happening. Of course, you can also be in a timeline is supposedly happening, but it's so dirt slow, like traffic. Traffic, if you're in a place where there's cars, is another way of seeing the energy of people. If it's slow, it shows you where their energy is. Not individually, but just on a collective level. It's like, wow, so this is the energy of humanity not going anywhere. Or going, and then others are trying to drive through everybody and all that. So, but it doesn't mean it always, yeah, they drive too fast, and yeah, you gotta be careful of that shit. Yeah, and you can energetically crash. Well, sometimes you knock on wood, you crash into someone that just sort of slow you down. Yeah, like you're trying to go too fast, not just in your vehicle, but also your life. And yeah, something has to come in its way. So you definitely want to be careful. Yeah, definitely get hit by a semi truck. If you get stopped by a semi truck, ouch. I don't want to put that energy out there. You don't want that. No, that's so, you do not want that. But sometimes you need to be a certain place at a certain anyway. Like by people on motorcycles, they fly through everybody. So yeah, but just because they fly through everyone on traffic doesn't mean they do that when they're off the bike. Sometimes it feels like when they're off the bike, they go actually pretty slow. But then when they need to get to a destination, that's when they fly through everybody. Doesn't mean they always make it. A lot of them die on their bike, and it's an exit point too. Being on a motorcycle, it's like yeah, you have a choice. I have a friend work with. Yeah, he bought a motorcycle. It's like, do you want your exit point now or later? You want to do it now? So if you drive safely, you should be all right. But if you drive recklessly, you obviously can injure yourself or you're out of here. So of course he didn't drive recklessly. He kind of took it easy on it. But you test. Yeah, you see like with a motorcycle, you get that. It's like okay, my life might not go very long, depending on how you drive. Because a car is one thing, and that can be dangerous. But on a bike, one wrong move or whatever, you're out of here. So yeah, it's not pretty. Yeah, here we have so many, but not to put that energy out there, but we have a lot of casualties there. Yeah, it's not, but you usually don't survive it. So, but like I say, traffic, you can see if traffic is slow, it shows the frequency where people are at. Yeah, like I say, not just the consciousness, because if it, obviously, we're not at the level of going fast. I mean, obviously, certain places in Germany have those roads where you can drive like 85 miles an hour or something. And of course, even think Texas also is like that. But it doesn't see that's being so there's certain places like okay, you can drive fast. But it doesn't mean they're like energetic. I mean, they might just get to their destination faster, but they're still dirt slow as a person though. So it doesn't mean that they're like fast beings. It's just that there's like a portal. It's just here, go here, or drive this, on this road that nobody's on, and just to figure itself out. But yeah, traffic also is there to slow people down, and it just shows the clutter of what's happening here. But it's all, like I said, it's an obstacle course, really, when it comes down to it. And that's why it's still here because it's so difficult. And they talk about the new Earth and higher dimensional Earth. Like, why would you do that if everything is working as chaos? Why? It's like taking a game and kind of making it. I mean, it's already boring, but kind of removing its challenges kind of removes its whole purpose. Meaning, like, if this world stops being difficult, why bother with this place? Just it just becomes something else. So this difficult version of Earth will probably still exist in some form. Where we're heading is not clear. Of course, yeah, the political crap. That's God. Yeah, it's more nonsense. Just and that's all probably fake anyway. Because I think I'll let the people make a choice of who's going to be president or not. It's like, come on, no one's that stupid. They give the illusion of that. But I doubt any of that's ever been. Yeah, they always make their going. The elite energy. Now, elite energy is for like an election. It doesn't have to be necessarily physical. It can be non-physical and still make their choice there, and just alter this reality that happened the way they wanted to. And it just it's like I say, it's going to be more challenging for us. I don't want it to have it too easy for you here, not yet, because we don't deserve it yet. If the soul is so attracted to challenge, it's going to get challenges. When you're attracted to winning and no more like if you're attracted to this new earth, you can definitely have it. But most people are not attracting that, at least not yet. If it is, we're not seeing it. um, but yeah, we do have the energy to definitely bring in a different. Yeah, if the collective has to want it though. I mean, individually, you can make things better for yourself, but on collective level, so yeah, say if you want this new Earth, you can't just force it on everybody. I don't think that works that way. So I mean, a lot of people here don't can't handle a new Earth. You can't handle having it. You have to be told what to do. So you just go to work and get everybody's hair. Yeah, you're better off just working and just staying out of everybody's hair. Some people need that because like you have free time. Are you going to spend it wisely? Are you going to just play video games all day, or are you going to actually do? Are you disciplined to create and do work and not be told what to do? Because a lot of people need to be told what to do, though. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just like yeah, it's different. Like a machinist is just really to keep the world going, and yeah, like part of you can be here, but not all of you can be here. Like you're just here to keep the machine going, this reality going, keep the game going. Keep what we're experiencing going, at least for now. After the election, there'll probably be some kind of shifts. Um, as for us, it doesn't mean the aliens would pop up. Like anomalies in the sky, I felt. I don't. It might be like little ones here and there, like little, like alien interference. Just little stuff. I don't think it's gonna be anything major. At least not alien on the alien level. At least in the skies, or not that it feels right now. I think they're just I guess our D-Day is, or whatever it is the election day where everything's gonna really, yeah, it's gonna be a mess. Uh, let's see. I feel like they'll know who the winner is by the end of the night. Always have some idea, unless they stop the election altogether. Are they gonna stop the election? It feels like they're going to keep it going, at least for now. I do feel like the energy is around Arizona. You think it would be like Georgia or one of them? Arizona. Something's going on in Arizona where it's getting manipulated that can change the course of the election. So it's not Arizona, Arizona. I mean, it's not. It's just the shadow leader messing with it. But putting all this energy around Trump and all that, it's like, man, it's not healthy to put your energy around any of these. It's all politics. It's all programming. It's like it's better just to stay out of it. Because this is hero worship. It's like getting it's like political Jesus. How is that healthy? It really is. It's like political Jesus. And, we have political Jesus out there, so this is our kind of, it's a version, like sort of. I mean, look at that huge crowds, controversial, sort of healing, I guess, right? Healing people somewhat, giving them encouragement that it'd be a better world. So, we have like, Orange Man Jesus out there. And that's it. The other one's all that great. But it's just not good to put all your energy around one person. It just feels very another psyop. Yeah. Because that's like God worship. I feel like, yeah, there's some God worship going on with him. which is not good. Not that he wants it, but he got it. Yeah, I don't think he wants to be worshipped. I feel like there are some people that are worshiping him. Yeah, this is how you worship the god. It's not that he's going to be the god. It might be a political god. Yeah, be a political influencer. So, anyway. Yeah, it's so messed up, the mind control going on with all that. Just, yeah, we'll see. All right, we'll just leave it at that. Thank you very much for posting questions. Happy Halloween. I might do another Halloween energy this week. Of course, I didn't do much of a reading on that. So yeah, find yourself a psychedelic plant, and you're going to need it for this upcoming week. Oh yeah, the week coming up, it's not great, obviously. Some I just see self sabotage. So people are going to want, like, okay, you have the political stuff, the news is out there. People are going to try and sensationalize whatever to get attention. Just regular people who maybe the media too. Talk about just a media blitz, just sellouts and just jeez. Yeah, like yeah, that's right. So all right, yeah, like to go back into Earth challenges. So yeah, you don't have to like the planet, but it is here to be difficult to. Yeah, that's why it exists, is because it is difficult. It's like it's a video game technically. Your avatar is going through the video game, and yeah, and yeah, it's going to stay here. If it can be harder, it's going to be harder. Of course, it gets harder also when you really get to the end. Doesn't mean you're going to leave the planet, but you can leave the end of your main cycle here, your main contract, or one of your main contracts, and then you end up knowing more about yourself. Just knowledge itself can be a superpower. Of course, knowledge itself can be a curse at the same time. It can also help you elevate yourself. It can actually help you see things more clearly, avoid timelines that are challenging. Not to say make things too easy, but so yeah, you have an upgrade in the obstacle course. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's our perspective. All right, good night, everyone, and thank you for posting your questions. And we'll talk to you soon tomorrow. Thanks.